you can't keep your workforce away from AI. AI is evolving so quickly that even an area where it's failing laughably, it will perform well soon enough. And so you still need to be there and exploring in that.
Welcome to GenAI Talks.
Sam Cummings, GenAI Talks. I got the greatest job in the world. I get to talk to brilliant people. But today was a day I was looking for a long time. The ability to see not only what's happening today, but the future is something that's made the greats of our times and prior. If you think about Albert Einstein, the fact that he worked in a patent office might have had an impact on his ability to do the things that he did. Not saying he wasn't smart. Well, the man in front of me has also had that kind of Einstein seat and seeing what's going on in the world of AI. Without further ado, Warren, could you introduce yourself?
Who am I? So all the way back, I got a degree in engineering. I did some medical device design. I went to business school, got the business school lobotomy. I started a software company when I was in business school. As I transitioned out and got my degree, I moved over into venture capital. I'm very fortunate. Got into venture capital in 1997, and I was there for 13 years. So this is through the dot-com revolution, the dot-com correction, into nanotechnology, energy technology, the mobile revolution. And then in 2010, I started my own company in sports entertainment, automated personalized highlight reels platform. Ran that for 10 years, sold that company. And then I was fortunate to get involved with Andrew Ng and AI Fund. And I've spent the last 3 years in AI Fund as a partner that's in charge of starting all the companies that we start in this venture studio. It's an interesting model. It's kind of a hybrid between venture capital and entrepreneurship, where we're a venture capital fund that starts companies. Did that for 3 years. I actually just pulled away from AI Fund in order to go into an extreme entrepreneurial pursuit, where I'm going to move from AI software, where I was what I was doing at AI Fund, moving into the intersection of AI and robotics, physical AI. So happy to talk about any of the elements across that spectrum of career.
Amazing story. Let's talk a little bit about going from investor to builder. Where does that fire come from?
I found out that in my inner being, whatever that is, my DNA, I love designing products. I love building things. And I wanted to be closer to the action than what venture capital allows. When I started my second company, called Fuse Sports, this was a combination of passions. It was like I found an opportunity in the marketplace. It was a hole that was not being filled at all. And I'm a sports fan. I'm a technologist. It was like, cool, I can do technology. I can do sports. I can call it a job. As they say, you never work a day in your life if you're doing something you love. And so I guess I haven't had my first job yet.
What is so hard, or maybe people don't know about, to go from 0 to 1 building an AI company today?
Over the last 3 years, I've started 24 companies. And so what is difficult? There's a lot. Look, what's not difficult? When you're starting a company, to be very candid, it's a lonely journey. And even though we always work with teams and we always collaborate and there's always people around, that's one of the magical properties of Silicon Valley, is there's lots of entrepreneurs and we commiserate with each other. We work with each other. It's still a lone journey, if you were for a while. And as you start bringing on maybe co-founders or maybe first employees, that helps. That's awesome. You're getting teammates. You need teammates. Teammates are awesome. But if you're the founder of the company, there's still something there that makes it somewhat of a lone journey. And every day, I always thought about grading every day. Like, this is a A+ day, or this is an F day. It's like from day to day, these emotional swings, the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. It's hard. It's hard emotionally, psychologically. If you have a family, it's hard on your family. You don't see your friends as much. And then the chance of success is so low, which gets right back to your point. It is the journey. there's so many things going against you as an entrepreneur, but there's nothing better than being an entrepreneur.
What does this new term or this new concept of AI native really mean?
Today's AI native is that every element of your business is pervaded by AI. So you're designing products using AI. Your products incorporate AI. They learn as you go. They're able to evolve, if you will. I'm certainly missing some dimensions of AI. Your employees are using AI. In fact, it's always very interesting to see or hear about companies that are like, look, you can't use AI right now because we don't know where that data is going. And I understand that, of course, but yet at the same time, it's like, you can't keep your workforce away from AI. AI is evolving so quickly that even an area where it's failing laughably, it will perform well soon enough. And so you still need to be there and exploring in that. And that kind of gets to the initiative that I'm pursuing right now. I've broken away from AI Fund in order to get into robotics. I think Azita Martin today from NVIDIA mentioned it really well. She says, we're a startup still. We want to make sure that you're bursting at the seams, that our employees are, and that they're prioritizing. We don't want to be a huge bloated company. We want to be lean. And so even with right now, just one person pursuing what I'm pursuing, I'm thinking already, how do we become a lean company? Not because robots are going to take over the world per se, but because efficiency is the way of entrepreneurship.
You've seen a lot with language models.
Yes.
But wait till they see what robotics is going on.
That's right.
So yeah, just bridge the gap a little bit for people.
AI is for better or for worse, or maybe I should say for better and worse, because it's both going to happen simultaneously. AI is changing the world. AI is going to change our lives. And being involved with AI will give you visibility to these changes as they come. And I think that's the most important lesson or suggestion for everybody is just start using AI. Keep your humanity, keep your friends, keep your social relationships, all those, but use AI every day just to do something and see how it works. And that way you'll see it evolve and you won't be surprised by the changes that take place. And technologies have been changing our lives ever since we've been born. It's not going to change.
For people that may not know about embedded systems and generally what it is and why that's such a big place for so much innovation, can you just maybe unpack that just a little bit?
Yeah. So embedded systems design fundamentally is where you're using a processor that's dedicated for a product and you're enabling that processor with applications or skills that make that product do what it does. But it's not a computer, if you will, that's going to do everything for you where you load applications all the time. But it's something that is embedded in the product itself. And typically you've got a processor, you have associated electronics around there, you've got an operating system, you've got the application on top of that, and it's got sensors and actuators and you've got feedback loops. And nowadays, you're going to probably have a large language model on there, and you're going to have a GPU on there as well. And so it's making embedded systems even more expansive, even more interesting. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to work on these embedded systems because if they're working right, you don't even know they're there. And that's why people don't really know embedded systems that well because they're using them every day, many, many times a day, but they're doing their job.
What's your big bet? Maybe leave people with that. Big bet for the future.
My big bet that I'm pursuing? I'm working on how can you design something with incredible flexibility, manufacture something with incredible flexibility, and have supply chain with incredible flexibility so the output can be many, many different things. Because typically when you build a Roomba or build a humanoid, everything is single purpose focused in that whole chain. You hire designers to do one thing. You hire manufacturers to do one thing. Your supply chain is focused on one thing. I want to make that completely variable and see if we can innovate kind of on the manufacturing design and the supply chain.
Thank you, Warren. Hey, I can't wait to stay tuned.
All right.
Sit still.
That's awesome.
Big ideas, real tools, bold moves. That's what Gen AI Talks is all about. Don't miss what's next. Subscribe and explore more in our Gen AI community.